Hello and welcome back. I'm Day-Glo Buffalo and this is Let's Play Leather Goddesses of Phobos. When we last left off, we were in the Forgotten Storehouse, somewhere in the Martian catacombs. So let's follow along with my guide that will lead us safely, after screwing up a couple of times, to the end of the catacombs. So we've gotten our directory. We've just grabbed our directory, and now we gotta hop. Then we can go northwest and south. Then we gotta go clap. Go southeast, southeast. We have to Kuipa. And then we can go down. Back to the really lower level of the catacombs. Just as we get here, we have to clap. And then hop. Then we can go northeast and west. And clap again. Then east, west, and southwest. So we have to Kuipa, clap, and hop, and go southwest into the burial chamber. Generations of sultans and sultanesses are entombed here, along with their vast wealth, their favorite servants, and some form of transportation to the next world. For example, one sultan lies amidst mountains of rubies, surrounded by a fleet of dirigibles. It's got to be one big burial chamber. On the other hand, another sultan had a considerably more modest vision of the afterlife, bringing only a simple rubber life raft. Trent enters just a few steps behind you. Now we need the raft, so we take the raft. Since the sultan has probably already passed to whatever other world he was going to, he has already used the raft, so now we can take it. So let's go back north. Clap. Northeast, east, northwest, and north, which is all the same. Oh, and here we are. Dark winding tunnel into the ladder room. This spot is much like the rest of the catacombs, except that a ladder leads up into the darkness. Trent trails along, so let's go up. You climb for a seemingly endless time, with the ladder becoming increasingly rickety. Suddenly, a rung snaps, and you tumble into the darkness. You bounce painfully onto a slanted ventilation shaft, slide through wooden grating, and land amidst thousands of silk brassiers. Laundry room. Trent loyally stays at your side. So, we're out of the catacombs. Let's save immediately. And I hope you see why it was so important to actually follow along with the guide that I made for myself, which took me forever. It was just a couple of hours just working on that. Just trying different directions, seeing which tunnels had collapsed and mapping that out, and then just, you know, getting eaten again and again, and figuring out when I had to hop, clap, or Kuipa. So that was fun. So we're back in the main hall of the palace. We're pretty much done here. But we can give the directory to Trent. And I think we're doing pretty well on all the objects that we need. So let's get back to the dock and get back in the barge. So, oh no, we have to press the orange button. Slide away from the dock into the canal. No, we don't want to press anything, we want to wait. Royal barge drifts further down the canal. The royal barge rocks gently. Banks of the canal are steep and sandy. Smaller canal flows in diagonally. We've all seen this in different places. Banks of the canal are steep and sandy. You spy metallic glint far ahead. Again, you spy metallic glint far ahead. Blah, blah, blah. A royal barge rocks gently in the current of the White Canal. A dock is visible on the western shore. A red warning buoy is anchored nearby. A sign atop the swing buoy shows a skull and crossbones. You spy a metallic glint far ahead. So let's press orange. The writing on the button changes as you press it. The barge drifts towards the dock on the western shore, butting against it with a loud clank. What's up, dock? In the royal barge. So, of course, we've already been at the What's Up dock, which is right off from the oasis with the bunny rabbit. So let me just save it here because there's something I want to show you. Now, there's a buoy with a skull and crossbones here, which means there's danger ahead, which is very much true. If we now continue our journey on the barge, we will die. So let's press orange and move along. Wait. You spy a metallic glint far ahead. Steep and sandy metal structure glinting in the weak Martian sunlight is visible at the edge of the canal, but far, far ahead. So let's wait again. It's far, far ahead. Still far, far ahead. This takes forever because, oh, the torch goes out. Just to point that out. But basically, this takes forever because it's a very long canal. Royal barge rocks gently. Banks of the canal is steep and sandy. The dark clouds of a sandstorm are visible on the horizon. A metal structure glinting in the weak Martian sunlight is visible at the edge of the canal far ahead of you. So it's not far, far ahead anymore. Not that we can do about it, that we can do anything about it, because we were just going to go along. Actually, what we can do is press the purple button to make the trip a little quicker. So metal structures glinting in the weak Martian sunlight. Again, glinting in the weak Martian sunlight is visible at the edge of the canal, a bit too far to make out any details. So it's getting closer. As we move along, the banks of the canal is steep and sandy. A massive machine, unlike anything you've ever seen, rises from the shore, looming closer with each passing minute. Banks of the canal is steep and sandy. A smaller canal flows diagonally. Massive machine. Okay, we're still... Okay, here we are. Martian Canal and the Royal Barge. Royal Barge is now passing the metal structure that has been looming closer for the last hour. Its size and power are overwhelming, a relic of Martian technology at its height. Vacuum tubes the size of telephone booths produce power that was once beamed all over Mars, but now, in the twilight of the planet's civilization, the machine's base has rusted away. The massive tower now shoots its ion power beam uselessly across the canal into the sand of the opposite bank. As the Royal Barge passes through the beam, you feel a tingling from every cell in your body. Not good. Going through ion beams is not something I recommend, especially in adventure games. Royal Barge rocks gently, steep and sandy, so there's nothing much else to do here but wait until we get to the icy dock. The Royal Barge barges further down the canal. A white dock spans the canal to the south. The Royal Barge butts up against it, pinned to the dock by the current. Icy dock. In the Royal Barge. This is the southern terminus of the canal. Far below the dock, teleportation machinery transports massive quantities of water back to the head of the canal, in the equatorial region of Mars. It's quite chilly, and the dock is covered with a sheet of ice. To the south, as far as you can see, is a bleak whiteness of the southern ice cap. So if you keep on waiting, you get a slight headache. You have a worsening headache. And if we keep waiting, you have a splitting headache. Trent says, "My head is pounding. I wish we had some aspirin." You and me both, buddy. Time passes. You now have a fantastically unbelievable, ultra awesome migraine headache. And your anatomy, in absorbing a dose of superionized energy in translethal levels, has ultimately equalized its submolecular environmental imbalance by fulminating a cataclysmic exothermic reaction. Or to put it in lay terms, you've just blown up. You have died. This time we got 215 points and we're the Duke of Detroit. But basically this happens if you just go along on the barge along the canal. So we have to find a different way to do this. Luckily, so let's restore and we should be back at the What's Up dock. Luckily we found out earlier that there's a black circle in the palace, in the Sultan's palace, that transports us directly to the barge. So we can simply get out of the barge, press the purple button to have it move faster, and then press the orange button. The writing on the button changes as you press it. The barge shoots away from the dock into the deeper waters of the canal. And so the barge moves off to the icy dock by itself. And once it reaches the icy dock, we can just use the black circle at the Sultan's palace to teleport onto the barge. And so we get to the South Pole. So, let's move on here. There's more things we have to do over here. We're back at the Oasis. Apparently, you can actually put the rabbit in the tea remover and run it. I've never tried this myself, but, you know, maybe I'll do an extra video with, like, a couple of weird things that apparently you can do. I've only read about them. I've not actually tried them out yet. So, we're back to another ruin. And here we are with the green frog that we saw earlier. So we tried closing our eyes and holding our nose, but that wasn't enough because we actually heard it croak. So, let's save again. So let's close our eyes again. Oops. Let's put our clothespin on our nose. You pin your proboscis. Very good. Put fingers in ears. You can't do that with your hands full, right? Drop all. Put fingers in ears. Kiss frog. You lean forward with your eyes closed and your nose shut and your ears covered. But just as you're about to kiss the frog, the thought of slimy frog lips pressing against your own makes you shudder away. So we have to do something about those lips, or better, do something about our lips. So let's take the lip balm. Open eyes. You can't pick anything up while using your hands to cover your ears. Okay. We really have to spell everything out for him. Take lip balm. I'm terrible at typing if you haven't noticed. Okay, we have taken the lip balm, put lip balm on lips. You coat your lips with a glistening balm, using up the whole stick. Wow. Anyway, so again, cover ears. What do you want to cover them with? With hands? Many sounds seem muffled now that you're covering your ears with your hands. Close eyes. Kiss frog. You lean forward with your eyes closed, your nose shut, your ears covered, and your lips smeared with balm, planting your mouth solidly against the frogs you kiss deeply. When you feel a tongue sliding into your mouth, revulsion gives way to pleasure as the no longer enchanted but quite enchanting princess presses against you. Sometime later, after the princess has departed, as you gather up your garments and put it on, you notice a common household blender on the ground. There's an engraving on its side. Trent is at the other end of the ruin, sifting through some rubble, oblivious to your experience. So, well, we did that. We kissed a frog and got lucky with a princess. So we can uncover our ears. Gotten a blender for it. Open eyes. Take all. And the blender, again, is something that we need. That was on our list. Give blender to Trent. And he accepts the household blender. And we can actually drop the torch because it's gone out and it's useless. So, well, I guess we'll cut this video short here. So I'll thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next part.